Hello.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, how's it going?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you very much for taking the time to do this interview.
Awesome, man. Thank you for your time. Thank you for having me.
Oh, absolutely. And I thank you very much for your time as well. And it's great to be able to talk to you again. I was able to talk to you back when Electric Mob was able to put out their first release, and now it's great to be able to talk to you again, seeing a different side of yourself and being able to see you in such an incredible lineup here with skills.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Also to hear from you again.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to this, and yeah, and being able to talk about a great project like this from Frontiers Music, and just seeing a lineup of this capacity as well too with skills. I've gotten the chance to be able to check out this album over the last couple weeks, and I just really love what's going on here. I mean, it's great to be able to see your vocal talent being able to just absolutely fit in so perfectly well with some of the best musicians that are out there and have proven themselves so much, and just being able to see your talent amongst that is just incredible.
Yeah, man. Can't say much about it. It's huge for me, and I think I'm reaching the peak of my career. And being able to front a project with such amazing artists and some of my rock and roll heroes, it's a great beautiful experience, and I couldn't be more proud of that.
Oh, it's so great to hear that. So with that in mind, I mean, how did this all come together?
Yeah, I think it was mid 2020, and I got a message from the label Frontiers, wanting me to front this new project, super group. uh, it was something like AOR melodic hard rock thing. And in the beginning, I was a little skeptical and hesitating a bit because I had my own stuff. I had my own band, Electric Mob, and I don't like to spoil things. And a few days later, Serafino came back with this email saying that Brad Gillis and Billy Sheehan and David Huff were on board. And I was like, God damn it, I got to do it. And here we are.
Oh, that is just so cool. And yeah, I mean, I love what you do with Electric Mob, and just being able to hear what you guys have done, and just seeing the reception that you guys have gotten since you joined up with Frontiers Music. And the fact that they considered you to be able to front this band is just, it's so cool to see that, and being able to see those guys working together as well too is just so cool. And just listening to the music as well too, I love everything that's going on with it. It's just so diverse. It's got a nice great heavy sound to it, and there there's some songs on there that like just made my jaw drop when I heard them. So it's so cool to see.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, the name kind of speaks for itself. The name of the album, "Different Worlds," because we're all from different worlds, each one of us. I'm more into the modern stuff, but I love the classics. I'm a big Talus and Mr. Big fan, and I love Night Rangers as well. Actually, I own a VHS tape with an Ozzy concert with Brad on guitar, shredding his ass off, and that's killer. And I love Giant too. So we have a lot of influences, each of us, and we try to mix those four different worlds together to make this melodic hard rock monster. And I couldn't be happier, man. I gave my all. I gave everything I got. Uh, every trick in the book was used, and yeah, it's a hard rock extravaganza.
So what was it like for you when you first started hearing the riffs and the songs for this album? and you finally got to be able to add your spin to it.
Yeah, I dug it right away because it was a collab thing in terms of songwriting. A lot of people were involved, and I wrote something as well. But in the beginning, Alessandro Del Vecchio, the producer, sent me a couple of tunes, and I dug it right away. I was like, "Yeah, I can book the studio tomorrow, and let's start this shit because it's sounding fucking amazing." And I don't know if I can swear, but I'm
Oh,
swearing.
feel free. Feel free.
uh, and that was it, man. I was super excited with the the way that the music were flowing. I I I'm very proud of songs like "Blame It on the Night" and uh, "Different Worlds." Such amazing tunes in one album only. So it's mind blowing. I'm super happy. It was a very challenging. Were very challenging songs to do in the studio because it's totally different from what I do on Electric Mob, and that's the whole point, to do different stuff. Uh, don't expect to hear Mr. Big or Electric Mob or Night Ranger or Giant in this album. It's of course it's melodic hard rock, but it's totally different from what we do in our own bands. So that's the magic.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. And that's what I love so much about it too, is the diversity that's really going on within it, because there's some like great heavy moments that are going on. Of course, that AOR style that's going on, beautiful ballads that are going on throughout it. And it's got a great ebb and flow to it. And it's a great album as well too, not just a collection of songs, but a great album from like start to finish. It feels like the songs were meant to be in this order. It's got that great ebb and flow, ups and downs, peaks and valleys. And it's just
Yeah,
even with like the hardships of the times, and just like seeing where we are in this pandemic world, the fact that you were able to put this together, and just being able to send out the files to them and being able to just work with each other like this. It sounds like all of you guys were in the studio at the same time, and it's great to see that.
yeah, that's awesome to hear because of the pandemics, we didn't have the chance to catch up in person, and it was a boomer because I wanted to meet with the guys. They're my heroes, so it was a boomer, but there were a lot of moments when I was in the studio recording, tracking the vocals, and I I was very emotional at some point, especially doing "Loosen the Track." That's a massive song with such meaningful lyrics, and especially in this dark times we live in. And it was beautiful, and it's sounding kick-ass.
Yeah, I totally agree. And again, just like going back to you, it's great to hear the range that you have as well too, because being introduced to you from Electric Mob, and then being able to see what you're doing here with Skills, and just being able to see how you're approaching the lyrics differently, how you're approaching the vocal melodies and harmonies in different ways. And yeah, I mean, the fact that you were able to change focus but still be who you are as well too, and just being able to show this different side of yourself, and hearing the other guys in the band being able to do something completely different from what they're known for, but also just knowing that it's them. I mean, I can only imagine, just like you talked about before, it's like being fans of the guys, and fans of all the bands and projects that they've been a part of, and you get to be a part of that as well too. I mean,
Yeah, man.
how is that for you? Like when you look back on this album?
Um, Actually, I didn't have the time to absorb everything because this is totally new, and Uh, Actually, I still can't believe that I sung on an album with Brad and Billy and David, because it's really really amazing. And I'm super happy, man. Uh, like you said, you will get Renan Zonta on everything that I sing, because I do my best on everything that I put my hands on. And if that is blues rock or modern hard rock or melodic hard rock or heavy metal or extreme metal, everything polka, you you will get me, because I'm totally true to myself and to my singing and to my soul, and the other three guys are as well. And that that's what made uh them so great on what they do, because they do with their hearts and their souls. And that's pretty much it, man. Live for rock and roll.
So, have you had the chance to be able to hear what they think of your vocal performance? Because I love what's going on here. So many people are going to be able to discover you if they haven't already, but I'm curious what they think of your style.
Yeah, we chatted a bit, uh and what can I say, man? i'm I'm over the moon with all the respect and love that I'm getting from them, uh, because I'm like the new kid on the block, and there's so many people that haven't heard of me before, and they are experiencing what I can do in this super group thing. Uh, and I'm super super happy with the reaction that I'm getting from people, especially people that don't know me. And the guys in the band are super thrilled as well, because they had no idea that this new guy from Brazil could sing hard rock like this. And yeah, I'm doing my best, man, and I'm every day I'm happier.
Oh, it's so great to hear that. And yeah, I mean, the fact that you are putting out your best out there also sounds just so completely natural as well too. I mean, it doesn't sound like you're forcing yourself. I mean, it sounds exactly what's supposed to be on there. And I
Yeah,
can
man.
imagine that it took a bit to be able to like figure out the lyrical concepts and what you want to be able to accomplish for each track. But when you listen to the final result, it's just like everything that you put on this record sounded like it was supposed to be on there.
Yeah, I mean, to be good, gotta be true. You know, you gotta stay true to yourself, and you gotta do what you know, what you got, and give everything you got. And I'm that person. I give 100% of myself every single time, and I'm not forcing anything. Like you said, uh, I live for this shit. I'm a rock and roll singer per se, and I I do all that I do because of my idols, because of Jeff Scott Soto, and because of Bruce Dickinson, and because of Ronnie James Dio and Paul Rogers and David Coverdale. Those guys are true to themselves, and I'm just uh, I'm just one of their fans, and one of their, like, I used to be impersonator.
Oh yeah, and it's just that's such great influences to have as well too, and you can hear that plus your own approach as well too when it comes into what you do behind the mic. And thinking about that as well too, just even seeing that inspiration, even if it was intentional or not, like when you look at the album cover for this album, I mean, it just screams like White Snake. Like it
Yeah.
just has that great look behind it. Like it feels like if someone sees this in a record store, they're going to think like this came out in the 80s.
Yeah, it's not a cheap cover, right? Yeah, I'm like a David Coverdale son. I used to sing White Snake in my bedroom every single time, every single day, and I learned everything, every whisper David did in on White Snake albums, and I tried not to do it when I'm singing, but I can't help it.
Oh, but I think it's a good thing, it's just like whether it's intentional or not, being able to show your inspiration because we all have inspiration when we come into music because
Totally.
it's going to be undeniable. I mean, no matter who you are, I mean, it's going to whether you like rock or metal or blues or whatever the case is, it's just like the influences you have are going to be coming out in some way, shape, or form. So if
Yeah, I
if that
think.
is going to happen, you might as well focus on what you love.
Yeah, totally. I think nobody's a natural born rock and roll star. You got to start somewhere. And I started with classic rock and blues rock and soul music, and I try not to impersonate nobody. I'm trying to do my own stuff, and I'm super happy with the love that I'm getting from people for doing this, for doing that, for being myself. And a lot of people complains about my earrings, about my bleach hair, about my tattoos. I don't give a shit. I'm doing my stuff, and I'm this, and you gotta. I'm gonna shove myself to your throat, man. So you gotta have me.
Oh, fuck yeah, exactly. So, with all that said, and with this album coming out and everything, it's just it's going to be so great to see like everything that's going to be coming from this once it does come out, and I'm hoping that's also going to be like a huge surge when it comes to Electric Mob as well too, because I can't wait to see what you guys are going to be coming out with next release. And of course with the pandemic and everything, it's just like it's put a lot of things on hold, it's pushed a lot of things back, but now that we're kind of getting better, in some ways we're getting better, and more bands are able to have releases coming out and some being able to go out on tour and festivals. I'm hoping that Electric Mob is going to be able to come back out and just like show what you guys are really all about.
Yeah, man. Actually, right now we're touring. We're on a Brazilian tour. Um, we did São Paulo last week, and this week we're heading to Belo Horizonte and Rio de Janeiro, like you said. And yeah, we are, step by step getting back to what we used to be, and getting on stages it's overwhelming. The next album, the new album, Electric Mob's new album, it's going to be released later this year. It's already done, and we're super proud of what we achieved as a band. Um, and totally next year, I think the beginning of next year or mid 2023, we're heading to US tour and Europe tour as well. So I can't wait to meet you, gringos.
Oh, I'm so very happy to hear that is, and hopefully the world will be able to continue to make that happen and continue going in the right direction because, not only am I selfish enough to want to be able to see you guys live, but, it's just like, it's so great to be able to have live music back again because, when it gets taken away from you and you can never experience or can never imagine that happening, when you finally get it back, you're able to appreciate it so much more.
Totally, totally. Live music is part of our souls, man. Because what do we do without live music? It's I can't imagine myself not being able to be on stage, man. I gotta be on stage. I gotta sing for people. I gotta look people in the eye and tell them what's in my mind, and I live for that. And my band too, and every musician and every fan of music live for this. And this is a huge moment for all of us.
Oh, yeah, I can only imagine. And the fact that you guys are out on tour right now and you're able to hit all these different spots, and I can just like that first show back, I can only imagine how great that felt when you were able to step out there and you're able to see the crowd out there and just like loving the music and just loving that experience of the live show again. I'm just so thankful that you guys were able to weather the storm and just being able
Yeah.
to continue being Electric Mob, and of course the new material coming out, and actually being able to focus again on touring around the world. I mean, the fact that that might be happening next year, everything willing. I'm just so happy to hear that for you guys.
Yeah, man, things are getting crazy again. I couldn't be more happy. That's awesome. The first show we did, it was so emotional because 2 years we spent doing practically nothing, and expecting the best, and that was it. And to be on stage again and to see people singing the lyrics, because it's the first time we are having the chance to do our first album live version, because the pandemic uh, totally set us off on this. And now we are crazy to do this in Brazil and in the US and in Europe as well, and every fucking where. We are about to hit the road as soon as possible to meet you guys, and I couldn't be happier.
Oh, it's so great to hear that. And of course, I mean, with how great things are going right now with Electric Mob, and just being able to get even more promotion with that, and being able to show that different side of yourself with skills as well too. And the fact it's just coming out in a couple days, and just people being able to enjoy this different side of you, and maybe checking you out for the very first time with skills coming out on Friday. I'm just so happy to see that you were able to be a part of this, that they wanted you from the get-go to be able to be a part of this. And I can't wait to see what's going to be happening next with Electric Mob. If anything's going to be happening with skills after this release, like if it's possible to do like a one-off show, or another album, or whatever the case is. I mean, the future just looks so bright for you and everything that you're able to accomplish, and it's just so great to see it.
Yeah, man. Be ready, because great things are coming, and it's gonna blow the people's mind.
Oh, fantastic. And I think that's a great note to end on. And I thank you so much for taking the time to be able to talk to me. It was great to be able to talk to you with the first release from Electric
Hi,
Mob,
man.
and now being able
Anything.
to talk to you again with skills. I mean, it was great to be able to talk about like both sides. And I'm just so happy to see what's happening with Electric Mob. But yeah, I mean, with the new album from Skills coming out this Friday through Frontiers Music, I love this album. I love the diversity of it. I The range that you have, and you sound like you've been with these guys for decades, let alone never even being in the same studio, I think says wonders about your talent and their talent, and really showing the, sorry for the pun, skills that all of you have together is just so fantastic. And I can't wait to show off this interview and be able to help promote skills. And then with the next Electric Mob album, I can't wait to get the opportunity to be able to talk to you about that when that time comes, and being able to help promote everything.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much for your time and your kindness. I really appreciate it. News from Electric Mob are coming soon, so you guys will get a lot of things from us in the next few months. And yeah, let's see what the future holds, and hope it's gonna be brighter than ever.